Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? This is Jason with Green Acres Pest Control. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's another Thursday night, another live stream. Whoa! Don't go down so far. There we go. I think I got it. So how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing good? What's everybody up to? We all plans for the weekend. Everybody having a good Thursday so far? Hope everybody's doing all right. I transferred my bed bugs last week. If y'all want to see them. So, took them upstairs. Transferred them to a brand new little jar. Well, that's Amber Heard's old jar. Now there's bed bugs in there. Sounds like somebody's letting their phone go off. Trying to find their phone in the house. Probably my wife. She's putting babies to bed. I got down here. She said she's going to put the babies to bed tonight so I can do my live stream. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I think that's pretty nice. So I'm here with you guys. Hope everybody's doing all right. So what are we going to talk about tonight? Box elder bugs? We can talk about box elder bugs. They like box elder trees and maple trees. Some people call them maple bugs, depending on what part of the world you're from, because they like to get on the maple trees and box elder trees. In fact, it's really common that if you do a lot of mulching around your house, to have mulched up box elder or maple bits and pieces in your mulch bed. And then you'll have them for a very long time because the bugs will continue to come for the mulch bed. It's what they like. So typically what I do to control box elder bugs is I treat around the exterior of the home, treat the trees box elder bugs are attracted to for 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes it depends on the season, depends on the temperatures. So that's what I do. They're not hard to get rid of. They're pretty easy. Pretty easy to get rid of. They're obnoxious, but they're easy to get rid of. So I wanted to talk tonight about a special. So I have started a new course on bedbugs. It's brand new. It's not through Udemy anymore. And I wanted to show it to everybody tonight. So let me see if I can bring it up for y'all. Hey, Brad. Let's see. All right. So here is my channel. While you're here, you should like and subscribe. So you can join. Join is here. All right. If you join, it will give you an ability to become a member of the page. Now, members are not the same as subscribers. A member is someone who pays for perks. So you get perks in joining as a member. And I have made a new course available through YouTube. So all of my old courses, for those that don't know, let's see, let's bring up my old course. Let's see here. If I go here. All right, there's my old course for bedbug control. Okay, it's one of the #1 courses online for controlling bed bugs. Normally it runs between $60 and $200 for the course. Right now it's on sale for $15, and that's if you're brand new to Udemy, you never used their service before. I can only run so many promotions a year. I give it away for free all the time, but only so many promotions a year can I do that for. If you're with Udemy, you have to agree to their terms of service, and you have to, do things they tell you to do or not to do. All right, that's how it works. So that's a pretty good course. I recommend it. It's still really good. It's even in my, advertisement in the very beginning of the channel. I wanted to go over what I'm doing with YouTube tonight. So let me show you what I'm doing on YouTube. So YouTube has a playlist category. So if you go to playlists, there's a brand new playlist now that I've added called the bedbug course. Okay? On this bedbug course, right now, let's see, let's just go to it. All right. We have how to eliminate bed bugs course introduction. We have the best way to treat your home for bed bugs. This is an actual real-time bed bug job that I did, and I just finished all the editing for it, and so I uploaded it. This is an actual bed bug infestation. It's they were actually in the couch, but anyway, I show how to treat the bed. In fact, this little picture right here is me actually treating a bed. That's the screen, whatever it's called, the thumbnail. I have the outro for that, and I have how to mix Crossfire, which you may have already seen this video. This is live on my channel now, but I added that to the same playlist. Some of these videos you can see right now. Some of these videos are actually live now, you can see. This one right here is the actual course, and I'm going to be adding vehicle, how to treat vehicles and other places that you would normally not think of treating for bed bugs that you could treat for bed bugs to this same course. In order to become a member of the channel to get the course information I'm going to be offering from now on is it's $14.99 to be a member of my YouTube channel. Now, you could be a member. You could support the channel without spending, $15 a month. You could also spend $2 a month. You could spend $4 a month, $5 a month, whatever. But in order to get the courses, I'm now going to be offering them through YouTube. It gives me an easier way. It's always the same price. It's never, $50, $60, $200 for a bedbug course. It's all the same. It's all generic, and I can give it for free whenever I want. And so that's the way I'm going to be doing my courses from now on, is through YouTube. So this is, I like it. I think it's really neat. I think it's a really good way to do it, and hopefully this will help people be able to get a hold of the information they need at a much cheaper, more affordable rate. So, let's see. Hey, I just found our first bed bug on Friday, and my brother moved in 2 months ago. We think he brought some from his old place, but we bought traps for the bedposts and the chairs. Sticky traps and white vinegar for the floors with a steam mop, but our landlord is going to bring our pest control and treat with Crossfire. I've been watching your videos on Crossfire. When do you think I'll be able to visit my family? We live in apartments, 4 in total, connected to the walls, and we don't know where they're coming from. Bought bedbug covers for our mattresses and bought a vacuum and a steamer. My mom recommended your videos. So, typically I don't recommend mattress encasements if you're treating for an active infestation. Mattress encasements are only to protect your bed from a future infestation. So if you do not have bed bugs yet and you want to protect your mattresses from the possibility of a future infestation, then mattress encasements are great. But if you're treating your bed with Crossfire and then you cover the treated surface with a mattress encasement, it's not going to be as effective. And so even when I go in and I do jobs for people regularly, like pest control services for people, I actually I will require the mattress encasements to be removed. I take them off the bed if I have to myself, but usually I recommend that the customer do that, remove the mattress encasement before I will even treat the mattress, because a lot of mattress encasements are actually water resistant, like a waterproof encasement basically. So like if you wet the bed or you sweat or something like that, it won't leak through and get into the mattress and cause your mattress to mildew. So that's common, and a lot of your pesticides are water-based, and so you want to remove your mattress encasement. It will work better if the mattress encasement is not on the bed. As far as vinegar, steam cleaning, stuff like that, I don't recommend any of that after they've treated with Crossfire, because you could cause instances where the Crossfire will no longer work, and you want to get the longest lifespan of the pesticide and not degrade your pesticide. Vinegar is a solvent, much like, acid or gasoline. Things like, they're solvents. They dissolve things. And so you could end up with problems where your crossfire is no longer effective, where the vinegar and the stuff has been used, and especially the heat. I've made a new video that just showed about mixing crossfire with bed bugs. I actually go over this in the video, that if you use things like hot water can actually harm the pesticide. It can cause the pesticide to break down. So I don't recommend using a, like a steam or heat or something like that around crossfire where it's been used, because it's just not a good idea. You want your chemical to last as long as possible so you get rid of your bedbug problem. Let's see. Hi, I discovered that washing with defense soap stops bugs from biting me. The soap contains tea tree, eucalyptus, peppermint oils. Okay, so the problem with essential oils is that they have a repellency about them. Now, I understand you're talking about how they won't bite you, but if you're using crossfire or another non-repellent pesticide like Apprehend or Tempered, then you don't want to use a chemical that will prohibit or discourage bed bugs from crawling across a treated surface. If you've washed all your sheets and stuff in it and it's all over your bed, then the bed bugs are not going to crawl on the bed. And the goal is to get them to crawl across the treated pesticide so that they'll die. And if they're not crawling in the pesticide, then they won't die. So you don't want to inhibit their desire to be in the chemical. The chemical will lose its effectiveness if they're not crawling through it. Same as mattress encasements. If you're covering your mattress with a total mattress encasement and you've treated it, in essence, what you've done is you've created a good treated surface and then covered it up so the bed bugs can't come in contact with it. A few questions. When can I put my things I dried and bagged back into the drawers? I put them back right away. I don't tell people to take them out. So what I tell people to do when they treat with crossfire is, now if you're treating your dressers and your chest of drawers, you need to remove all of your clothing and stuff from there. Treat the chest of drawers, and then let it dry, and then you put your clothes back in there and use it. But I don't recommend removing all your clothing and stuff like that if it's not a serious infestation to where the bed bugs aren't actually living in those furnitures. I mean, if you take the drawer out and you see that there are no bed bugs living in the furniture, then don't treat the furniture. There's no reason for you to treat the furniture. So, I had an exterminator at my house today spray bedbug spray on the top of my mattress. Is this actually safe for any products out there? Okay, so the new course that I just made, where in this video right here, I actually spray the top of a mattress. It's normal to spray the top of a mattress. If the chemical is labeled for the top of the mattress, you treat the top of the mattress. Crossfire is labeled for that. I believe Tempered is even labeled for that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't use Tempered, but there are a lot of chemicals that are labeled for the top of the mattress. So, let's see. Thanks. I have unopened bottle of Crossfire, Suspend SC, Permethrin, Semexa, Sterifab. Which should I return? I was planning to use wet Semexa on the bed. You can't wet Semexa. Semexa won't work if it's wet. It's a dust. Dust is designed to be dry, not wet. It won't work. You'll ruin it if it gets wet. I don't recommend dust at all, especially silica dust. Silica dust is carcinogen. I have unopened bottles of Crossfire. So I would use Crossfire personally. I wouldn't use aerosol unless you're wanting to take it with you on like a vacation or something, and it's just an easy way to treat different things. Holy cow. Well, thank you, Always Learning. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You don't have to do that. I really appreciate that. Holy cow. Well, now I don't know where I was. Where was I? Let's see. He sleeps in his chair, and the pest control we hired for the inspection said he had a nest in the chair. That's common. I see that all the time. So a lot of pest control technicians will tell you that you have to take everything out of your chest of drawers and stuff like that. The reason they tell you to do that is because they're going to treat your chest of drawers and your dressers. I used to do the same thing. Years ago, when I used to use Talstar to treat for bed bugs, I used to treat inside chest of drawers and dressers all the time, and I always removed the clothing to do that. You have to. You can't spray people's clothes with a pesticide. But I always told the customer, once it's dry, you can put the stuff back. So, because, really, when you think about it, let's say you have the possibility of bed bugs being in your clothing. Then you'd want to put the clothing back in a treated area. So, like, if the treated area is dry and it's good to go, then you take that stuff and you put it in the dresser. So that if the bed bugs crawl out of your clothes, then they die. Now, if you're washing and drying your clothing, it's not going to matter if you put it back in the drawers or not. There's a chemical treated in the drawers that's going to kill it. So, personally, I've always told my customers, so when I treat a house for bed bugs, I go in. Now, this is what I used to. When I used to tell my customers to take everything out of the dressers and stuff like that, I would tell them, I would say, hey, I'm going to treat in your dressers. I'm going to treat in your chest of drawers, your nightstands, all that stuff. Can you please remove that stuff before I get there so that I can treat that furniture? And then I would go in. I would treat the bed. I would treat the furniture. I would treat the baseboards. I would treat every room in the house. And then I would give them a call. Usually they were gone. I typically ask people to leave or go out on the porch or something like that while I'm working. And when I'm done, I will tell them. I'll say, I'll either call them on the phone or I will tell them myself. I'll say, you need to be out of the house for at least 2 to 4 hours or until it's dry. When it comes to putting things back in your dresser, check and make sure. See that it's all dry first. Sometimes it takes dressers longer to dry than it does, because it's closed up in a dresser. So I will tell people to just make sure it's dry before you put your clothes back. That's all I've ever told people. I've never told them that they had to leave the stuff out of the dresser in trash bags or, anything like that. I know some exterminators do. I think that's stupid. I'll right out tell any exterminator, why do you do that? That's stupid. Because honestly, if there's bed bugs or the possibility that there's bed bugs in the clothes, you would want to put the clothes back in the dresser so while the chemical is still active, it will kill the bugs when it comes out of the clothing. It just makes sense, personally. It doesn't make sense not to put them back. Because if you kill the bed bugs in the dresser, it's not going to hurt to put the clothes back in the dresser. And if there's bed bugs in the clothes, well, put them back in the dresser so the bugs crawl out and crawl all over the chemical and die. So, what do you think of Crossfire in an aerosol can? It's okay. It won't last as long as Crossfire mixed yourself. Anna Tuff says, how can I treat the inside of my cars? So I have a video on how to treat cars. I'm actually going to do a brand new video for cars. I'm going to put in this bedbug course right here too. But let's go back and let's see, car. All right, there it is right there. So if we go to this video, let's do the three little dots here. We'll share it and we'll copy the link and I'll post it in chat. That is how to treat a car for bed bugs. Now that's not the best video in the world. Actually, in my Udemy course right here, I actually have a video in here on how to treat a car. Now it's not an infested car; it's my minivan. We have a Chrysler Pacifica, and so I took it and I cleaned it, and I showed how to properly clean a car to get it ready for a treatment, and then I showed how to treat the car in this course. But it's a very long video. That's the thing. The courses usually are real long, and that's why I put them behind a paywall like that, because it's stuff people aren't going to watch it on YouTube anyway. Not a lot of people will. Everybody complains you're too long-winded unless it's a live stream. Well, then they'll listen to you for, 2 hours. So, but anyway. Worried about bringing stuff to my mom's house, but will Crossfire protect my PC and other stuff? How long will it be until we know we can visit family? So I tell people that as long as you haven't seen, been bitten, any bed bug signs at all, blood spots, anything like that, poop stains, in the little shed skins and stuff like that. I think a dog has to use a potty, Emma.
It's his ears.
Oh, okay. Poor dog. He's got ear mites. It takes forever for those things to die. But anyway, I tell people to give it at least 30 days after you've seen the last bed bug sign, and then you're usually bed bug clear, as long as it's been 30 days. Actually, so the latest video that I just did on my channel, which is right here, addressing the dangers of diatomaceous earth. I actually go over comments that people make on my DE videos. All right. And Cemexa falls under the same category as diatomaceous earth. And the reason being is because diatomaceous earth is also a silicate. So a silicate, these are the things that are silicates. Sand is a silicate. It's made from silica. That's what sand is. Silica gel, diatomaceous earth, asbestos. These are silicates. They have a very coarse, grainy, abrasive nature. And what happens is the biggest outpouring I get of hatred when I do a diatomaceous earth video is, well, I've been taking diatomaceous earth orally for parasites, or I take it as an herbal supplement and all this stuff. And there is actual linked information that that's not healthy for you either, but people still do it. So diatomaceous earth, stomach, I can't explain it to people enough that stomach tissue is not the same as lung tissue. When you put a dust in the wall, like if you take an outlet cover off and you dust inside a wall outlet to try to keep bed bugs from traveling into the wall, well, it's sealed away in the wall away from you. Okay, you're not going to come into contact with that dust. It's in the wall. It's not coming out. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay in the wall. But when you take diatomaceous earth or Cemexa and you sprinkle it around your bed in your room, and the way I explain it in this latest video is, if you've ever seen the rays of the sun coming shining through your window and you look into the rays of sunlight, you can see the dust particles in the air. Okay, the dust in your house that gets stirred up every time your air conditioner cuts on, if your ceiling fans are running, if you walk through the room and dust gets stirred up when you walk through the room, this is normal. This is the normal thing. You will breathe dust into your lungs as you walk through your own house. This is completely normal. Do you really want part of those dust particles that are in your air, in your house, to be diatomaceous earth and silica dust? It's not safe. That's why I'm saying it's not safe. And when you put it around your mattress, on the place you sleep, and you lay right next to it every single night, that's going to up your chances of getting things like silicosis, which is similar to COPD or asthma. That is what I talk about. So when I go on these tirades about why you should not be using diatomaceous earth for pest control, is because if you really don't understand how to apply a dust effectively and safe, and most people don't. I've been behind hundreds, if not thousands of people that have no idea what they're doing when it comes to killing bugs with a dust. Don't use dust. Crossfire is really effective. I have not had to use any kind of insecticide dust for bed bugs in, 6 years since I started using Crossfire. I have not had to do it. It's a step that I can completely throw out the window. I don't have to do it anymore. Why waste your money and your time doing something that's not even needed at all? you know? Do you have to open the windows to vent the house when using Crossfire? No, you don't. Most pesticides do not create a toxic vapor. Now, by toxic vapor, when a chemical evaporates, okay, that's what people deem as a toxic vapor. But Crossfire doesn't have one. Most pesticides don't. Most pesticides do not produce a toxic vapor, meaning that if you breathe in the evaporated whatever, it doesn't hurt you. It won't hurt you at all. Pesticides have come a long way in 40 years. Hello, Captain. How are you, my friend? My puppy came to stand beside me while I talk to you guys on the live stream. I need to put in a puppy cam so you guys can see Captain. That's what I need to do. He's right here. Hey, pretty happy puppy. Let me see if I can show you my puppy. Here, come here. Don't get all camera shy now. I'm trying to show people you. See? There he is. There he is. Where are you going? Well, he's going away. He's camera shy, I guess. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to put a video on my course on how to properly apply dust. I'm not going to put it on the regular channel because I don't want to entice everybody to just use dust. I don't want people to do it. It is a harmful thing to do, but I feel like if you really need to do it, like if let's say you live in Canada and you can't get a hold of Crossfire or some of the other pesticides that I've recommended on my channel, then in order to learn how to do it right and learn how to use dust right, I am going to do a video on how to properly apply a dust so you know how to do it. But that's a lot to do. That's a lot to set up for. It's an awful lot to make sure the camera can actually see what you're doing. That's the problem with a dust, and it's one of the reasons I haven't really done a video on dusting properly for bed bugs, because it's if you actually do it right, it's hardly anything comes out of the duster. In fact, it appears as though hardly anything, like nothing's coming out, because you want it to come out so fine, almost like a smoke that comes out the end of the duster. And that's where you put it everywhere. I mean, in the wall. When you put it in the wall, it should not clump. It should not be big, thick piles of dust, because the bed bugs are not going to crawl through it if it's like that. Roaches won't crawl through it if it's like that. Nothing's going to crawl through the dust if it's like that, if it looks like that. So, but I am going to do a video. I've decided that this is the best way to do it. I can put things that I deem as a little more dangerous that may not be something for the average person to just go and search on YouTube and say, oh, now I'm going to go do that and make myself sick. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. I really, my conscience won't allow me to do it. I cannot do it. So, and I know I'm not going to get as many views on my videos either. The ones I post on those in the course, I probably won't get hardly any views at all. But that's okay, because really it's something for people that really need it. I want it to be there for them. And then if they leave a comment, I can answer every comment and all that. Because it's less to have to keep control of. In fact, I've got a list of comments on my channel right now. Let me see how many I have not replied to or read yet. Because I just haven't had time. There's so many now. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 comments, and one was posted 30 minutes ago. That's my latest comment that was posted 30 minutes ago. And this guy's great. The only negatives you stated, this is about heat treatments. This is most of the comments that I get on my channel are people that want to be the professional. The only negatives you stated were results of using heat treatment improperly. Not long enough, not high enough heat, or too high of a heat directed badly, probably from cheap units, or rushed, inexperienced application, which would go badly with insecticides as well. Also, incorrect information on lethal temperatures and a couple other things. It's a valid DIY or professional method, just like pesticides. User preference, that's all. That's bullshit. See, I won't post a comment like that. That's the kind of comment I'll delete. I'm a comment deleter. I don't allow for people to give others the wrong... I'm trying to be professional. I am trying to give people the right advice. So, because every comment, I have to read every comment. If I didn't read the comments, they wouldn't get posted on my videos because I have to read them for them to post. I have to approve them. Do I need to take the dresser drawers out when I get treated with crossfire? It depends on what your exterminator is going to do. If he says do it, then take out the drawers. You need to ask your exterminator. Most exterminators will have a checklist and will tell you what to do. And that's what you need to do. So, I have my checklists and other people have more, extreme checklists than what I do. So, you really do need to ask your exterminator. Second question. With bed bug extermination, there are still so many wet surfaces all over the house. Some puddles, shouldn't have puddles at all. There should not be puddles in your house. If there are puddles in your house, you did not apply properly or your exterminator did not apply properly. They used too much chemical. There should never be puddles of chemical in the floor. Ever. You need to clean that up. Get rid of that. Wipe it up. Throw the paper with paper towels. Dispose of the paper towels. Use gloves. Wear gloves. Clean it up with paper towels. Don't use, something you're going to put in the washing machine. And throw them away. That's too much chemical. You should never have puddles of pesticide in the floor no matter what. You're using way too much chemical. People who are saying anything bad about this channel should go elsewhere. Everybody's a professional on YouTube. I mean, you could say the same thing about me. I could just be lying. The thing is, I've been in pest control since I was 6 years old. I open my channel every week. People call. Never had a professional call and try to complain that I didn't know what I was doing. But, you have to kind of know what you're talking about if you're going to open yourself up to the general public and let them ask you questions. So, at least, or it's just stupid. I might just be stupid. I can be stupid. I usually am stupid. So, stupid is as stupid does, right? Any thoughts on Nuvan strips? They're not worth the money and they're toxic to humans and pets. I don't use them. So, what's everybody's plan for the weekend? What y'all gonna do? I'm probably gonna build a rabbit enclosure for my daughter's bunnies outside because she said her bunnies need a place to run. And so I have to make an enclosure for the bunny rabbits to run and they can have a good hippity-hoppity fun time. You know what you ought to do, Emma? You ought to go get one of your bunnies and stand over here and show your bunnies on live stream.
Okay.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Would y'all like to see one of her baby bunnies? Emma has two bunnies. Sylvanus Bunrunner and Arthas Bunnathil. Boy bunny and a girl bunny. And they have had baby bunnies. And she's got 4 little bunnies, and she's trying to get rid of 3 of them. She's trying to sell 3 of them before Easter for people, but I don't know. I'm probably going to be stuck with a whole bunch of flipping bunnies. But, because we don't eat bunnies, we're not raising them for food, they're just pets. And so she's going to bring in a little baby bunny for everybody to see. And it's only maybe 7 weeks, 6 weeks old, I think. I think they're still breastfeeding. They haven't separated completely from the mama yet, but they're pretty cute. They're not like little rats like they were when they were born. These little teeny tiny hairless gross little things squeaking around. Now that, because I'm particular about my squeaky little rodents. Now she's like, oh, they're so cute, I like them, they're so cute, they're so sweet. And Not really. I think them little hairless things are gross looking. How long does Crossfire take to dry? 2 to 4 hours. How long should you wait before using the room again? Until it's dry. Just let it dry. Once it's dry, you're good. You're good to use the room. So, in fact, I usually tell people to go in and make the bed, sleep in it that same night that I treat it. And that way, just as long as the chemical's dry, make the bed, sleep in it. Because that's going to entice any bed bugs that are left in the room alive to come out, crawl through the chemical, and die. And they'll die. It'll kill them. It's very effective. Very effective. So I got asked a question the other day on one of my videos about making your bed with sheets, and they're like, "Well, if I put sheets on the bed, are the bed bugs going to come into contact with the sheets?" I'll tell you. Were the bed bugs on the bed before the sheets? Oh, here's the bunny. Come here, bunny. Which one is this?
This is Trusty.
Trusty? Okay, come on over here. I don't want to hold the bunny.
Okay.
I don't want to hold it. Oh, he's got sharp little nails.
I know.
Ouch! 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 Am I not holding him correctly?
That at his butt too.
Oh. Oh gosh. He's digging at me. Do you realize that I am very uncomfortable? Is that why you're digging at me? He's a bunny. He's a bunny. He's a bunny. Oh God. He's gonna try to jump off of me, isn't he? You might want to take him away. Take him away from here. Here. Let's show him up here. Put him up here. Put him up here. Yeah. Up at the camera. Oh. Oh. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? Look at the sweet little bunny. Oh, he got blue eyes like me. Look at that. He's sniffing. He's like, why are y'all putting me in front of this camera? I don't want to see all these people. And you have very cold hands, Emma.
Yeah, I just went outside.
Okay, here. You take him. You take him away. I don't want him to pee on me. The last thing I need is for a bunny to pee all over me. Did he pee on me? No, he did not pee on me. Bunnies pee on you. They do. Let's see. I've been talking all day. I've been working all day, talking all day to people, and now I'm hoarse. And now I got to talk all night too, so I'm going to stay hoarse all night probably. If you have seen bed bugs get inside of a mattress, I've never seen them get inside of a mattress, but I've seen them get inside of box springs, but not mattresses. Mattresses are sealed pretty well. Bed bugs are just, they'll live around the seams of a mattress, like the bubble seam around the edge of the top and the bottom of the mattress, and they'll get onto the box spring. But like I was saying earlier before the bunny came in, is a lot of people will say, well, if I put a fitted sheet on the bed, how are the bed bugs going to get into contact with the mattress? Isn't that the same as a mattress encasement? But it's not. It's very common for a bed bug to crawl across the sheets, bite you, crawl back down, and crawl between the mattress and box spring. And then it's on the mattress. So they absolutely will crawl up underneath the sheets. Always. They get up under fitted sheets all the time. All the time. And so, use your bed like you normally would. Don't think you can't use your mattress just because it's been treated with Crossfire that you can't put your sheets on your bed or anything like that. No, do that. Put the sheets on the bed and use the bed. But no, I've never seen bed bugs actually get into a mattress before. I've seen them live on a mattress, but not get into a mattress. I have got so much junk behind me. Can we get 12 more likes so others can find this channel? Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good idea. I'm on Twitch tonight, too, for those that are asking questions. I don't have any questions from Twitch. I never do. But just in case, I do stream on Twitch as well. So, let's see. My apartment has paneled walls and gaps between some of the panels. Do I spray the paneling seams? You can, like where the paneling boards join together. So usually you'll have like a 4-foot piece, and then you'll have a seam. And then you'll have a 4-foot piece, and then you have a seam. I usually do treat the seams of the paneling where the two pieces join together, and like every 4 feet. Always do that. Like trailers are really bad for that. Like if you ever been inside like a double wide or a single wide trailer, it's really common for the paneling to be joined by a little strip, and I usually treat that strip. It's real common to find bed bugs in those strips. So. What is this? notification I just got? I got another donation from an Anna. That's another one? Dang, I didn't expect that either, Anna. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. See, that didn't show up on the channel. See, it won't show those. If you go in and you make a donation that way, it won't show it up on Streamlabs. Streamlabs don't pick that up. But thank you too, Anna. I appreciate that. See, people are generous tonight. Y'all don't have to do that. I am here for free. I do this for free to help. I like to help people. You don't have to donate any money at all, but I do appreciate it. It does help the stream a lot. I do appreciate it. It helps the channel. I might have missed it. I'll keep looking. But do you have an Alpine mixture video? I do have a video on how to mix Alpine, but it's on the same video as Crossfire, the earlier one that I did. Let me show you where it's at. Let me show you where it's at. All right, let's try mix. There it is. Mix Crossfire or Alpine WSG correctly. So there you go. So we'll share that. We'll copy that, and I'll paste it here. Now, Alpine WSG, I don't use Alpine for bed bugs hardly ever. I use it primarily for things like roaches and ants. Fleas, but not bed bugs. I mean, I have, but not as common. Not as common. But it's basically the same way. I mix chemicals typically the exact same way every time. I fill the tank half full of water. I add the concentrate, whether it's a liquid or dry. Like Alpine WSG, it's a granule, so it's dry and it has to dissolve in the water, kind of like sugar in sweet tea. And then Crossfire, of course, is a liquid, and you mix that in with the water. And then I fill it up the rest of the way full up to the gallon mark with water. And that's the way I mix all my pesticides. That's the way I usually do. Sometimes I use a jug. If you've got a chemical that doesn't like to mix well with water, like it's a real thick, goopy consistency, the concentrate that is, sometimes it's better to take a gallon jug or a 2.5 gallon jug, fill it half full. Like this is how I do all my termiticides. So when I mix Taurus or Termidor, they're really goopy, thick, gunky stuff. And it's easier to take it and pour it into a separate gallon jug, fill it half full of water, and shake it real good like this. Just pick it up and shake it, put the lid on real good, and shake it all over the place so it mixes it really well, and then you pour it into your tank. But when you're mixing stuff for termites like Taurus, you're usually mixing 40, 50, 100, 200 gallons at a time. So that's usually the way that I like to do it. And then when you're mixing it into your tank that's full of water, it's mixing really well because it's already loosened up and it's thinning up, so it mixes better with water. That's what I do with my thicker pesticides before I add them to my actual spray tank. I'm a certified applicator in Texas and can speak to ineffectiveness of heat. Got 4,000 worth of heat equipment and learned the hard way that it doesn't work. I learned a lot from your channel. Great content. Well, good. I'm glad. That's finally somebody that admits it. I have made videos talking about the heat equipment and how expensive it is and how you can easily sink 10, 20, even $100,000 in heat equipment if you're going to do bed bug heat treatments. And the reason that they push them, and they really push them, is because they've got to pay that heat treatment equipment bill. It's very expensive to pay for that equipment. And most of the comments I get on those videos are, oh, you just don't do heat because you can't afford it. You know what? I can't afford it. I cannot afford to do a bed bug job wrong. I can't. I cannot afford the bad reputation. I cannot afford it. I can't. I have to do what works. And heat doesn't work. It's too risky. And you know what? If you get the heat hot enough to where it actually does an adequate job, you're melting people's stuff. You're shrinking their bathtubs. I actually had a comment on my channel yesterday. The guy came through and he said that he spent $3,000 on a heat treatment. They came in, heat treated his house, left it on. The guy left. Now, you're not supposed to leave. When those heat machines and fans are running, you are not supposed to leave. You are supposed to stay there and watch the equipment. Well, he left. He left, I guess, to get himself some lunch or something, came back, and all of the seals around all of his baseboards, all of the caulking had come loose and melted out. His wax ring on his commode melted and started leaking water between the linoleum and his subfloor in his bathroom. And I never thought of the wax seal before around a commode, but absolutely wax will melt at less than, 70 degrees, 80 degrees. If it gets really hot, it will absolutely melt. It doesn't take much to melt a wax ring at all. And it doesn't even have to get that hot to melt one of those. But the wax ring was melted. His bathtubs all shrunk and pulled away from the wall because they were all made out of plastic. It's crazy. It is crazy. And he spent over $3,000. And 2 years later, he's still paying to fix the problems that came from the heat treatment. And he didn't get rid of his bed bugs. You know, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to spend to tear your house up for 2 years. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's a lot cheaper to use liquid pesticide. It saves money. It saves time. It saves all the way around. It saves the company liability. You know, the company that's doing the job, they're not liable for all the damages that they create in your house. Most of the time, they make you sign a waiver anyway that, if we screw up your house, we're gonna. That's why they have you sign those waivers, because they're gonna mess up your house. That's why you have to sign the waiver, because they've done it before and they know they're trying to cover their tracks. It's not a good idea. It's a bad idea. But you do whatever you want, If you're wanting to insist on doing a heat treatment, that's fine. But just understand you're at a lot of risk when you do a heat treatment. We spent over $1,000 on heat treating a few weeks ago, and it helped for 2 weeks. Then they came back full force. That's normal. They probably used a pesticide too, and the pesticide stopped working after 2 weeks, so the bed bugs came back out. I did a bed bug follow-up on a guy that had done a heat treatment in Charlottesville, and it was the mattress encasements. He required that they put mattress encasements on the mattress and box spring, and when I came to do the bed bug job, there were live bed bugs inside the box spring that had been sealed up with a mattress encasement since the heat treatment was done. So if the heat can't penetrate through a simple piece of nylon fabric, what makes you think it could penetrate the wall, the concrete, or the drywall, or the plaster, to kill the bed bugs that live in the wall? Because they do retreat into the wall. It's very common for them to go into a wall void. So how are you getting them in there if it can't even penetrate into a simple piece, a thin little piece of fabric from a mattress encasement? It's ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense at all. To me, it makes zero sense why you would do a heat treatment. I know why people do it. I know why people do it, because they're sold on instant gratification. The salesman comes in, and the thing is, this is the problem with a salesman. This is the problem with most people who are in sales. All right, I'm in sales. I do sales. That's how I make a living. I have to be able to sell people pest control. If I can't sell, I won't be able to do any work. I won't be able to feed my family, and I have to go work at McDonald's flipping burgers, But this is the way it works. You go into the house and you tell the customer, this is what I can provide you. And if your pitch is good enough, they'll pay you to do it. All right, so what these guys do is they go in there and they make them scared, and they tell them, well, do you have any idea what this is doing to your children? Do you have any idea what you have done? You have brought these things in your house, and now they are biting your 3-month-old infant in the bed. What are you doing? Why haven't you called me sooner? Look at how bad these bed bugs are. You should have called me sooner. Look, we can get out here. We can get your problem taken care of. This is what it's going to cost. We'll do this heat treatment. It'll get rid of them right away. You won't ever have a problem with bed bugs again. But here, sign on this dotted line, which is not only a contract, but a waiver. And then you sign, and they come in, and they do the job, and somebody eats well that night because they convinced you, and they lined up another sucker. That's what they did. The salesman is selling you a lemon, and you don't get the same kind of benefit from a lemon law like if you buy a Pinto, you know, like a Ford Pinto. You can't just take the car back. Once the money's spent and the job is done, you're stuck. You're stuck. So, better make sure you get a warranty, because for $3,500, do you know how much pest control $3,500 will pay for? I mean, you're talking years of pest control at $3,500 for one go around. Just one go around. And it's only for bed bugs, and the likeliness, it probably won't even work. So. Oh, now, K Texas, I've seen some warranties on the heat treatments. But you know, you can afford to give somebody a warranty if you're charging them $3,500. And maybe that warranty only allows for one follow-up or two follow-ups within like 90 days or something like that. Well, what are you really doing? You're getting $1,000 a month. You're getting $1,000 a month for pest control. $1,000 a month for nothing. Because that's really, when you take $3,000 and you divide it over a 90-day contract or a 90-day warranty, you're paying $1,000 a month to kill bugs that don't even make you sick. They'll affect your mind. They could cause you to become anemic if you've got enough of them. But realistically, you're not going to get hantavirus from a tick. I mean, from a bed bug. You're not going to get Lyme disease from a bed bug. You're not going to get, you're not going to get diseases, actual transmittable diseases from a bed bug. They mess with your head. That's what they do. They cause mental problems. That's what they did to me when we had bed bugs in my house for 2.5 years ago. When I got bed bugs, every time one of my wife's hairs would touch my arm, I thought a bed bug. I would jump up with a flashlight and wake up the baby. I was crazy for like 6 months. It was crazy. I understand your pain. I understand. I know the fear. I know what it's like to deal with bed bugs. I know what it's like. That's how I know how they sell you these contracts. That's how I know. But see, when I have actually talked my way out of sales before. When the customer calls me and they want to be assured that the bed bugs are going to be gone today, I have to tell them, if you're going to hire me, they're not going to be gone today. That's the way it is. Bed bugs take weeks to die. They all have to crawl out. They all have to get in the chemical. When they do, they'll die. If they crawl out to bite you, they're going to die. I can guarantee you that. They're going to die. As long as the chemical is effective, they're going to die. But it's going to take several weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. Just expect that. That's normal. And there are people that have just hung up the phone and said, I'm just going to go with a heat treatment. They say they can get them done in one day. And you know what? Go for it. That's what I tell them. I said, well, I really hope that for that kind of money they can get rid of your problem, because they really should. If not, call me back and I can. So that's usually the way it ends on those phone calls. What do we do with a vacuum we used prior to treatment? You just use it. I wouldn't throw it out. Is it worth doing alpine treatments monthly if I have no more signs of roaches or bed bugs? Oh yeah, it's good. It's a good thing to do alpine monthly. That's what I do. I do in my own house. I treat my own house monthly for pest control with alpine. It helps with ants, helps with roaches, helps with lots of bugs, spiders and stuff. It's a really good chemical. It's a very good chemical. Hey, it's been 2 weeks since I sprayed Crossfire on my bed, all baseboards. Is it normal? Will the bite stop soon? No, like I said, 4 to 5 weeks usually. If you're doing it on your own and you're not hiring a professional to do it, then I usually tell people to do it once a month for 90 days, or until you stop having bed bugs. Maybe only 2 treatments, but usually 3 is what I recommend for people that are novices. I've been killing bed bugs for 24 years, so I'm pretty good at it by now. I should be, otherwise I wouldn't be making any money doing it. I just moved into my new apartment this week and followed all of your instructions on how to move and not take bed bugs with you. I treated my apartment before I moved in. Any more tips? I mean, if you've done it, you've done it. That's all you can do. That's not going to stop you from actually taking bed bugs with you, but it will kill them if you do bring them with you. So the way my warranties work, Texas, is I do warranties. I actually do bed bug prevention, like you would do a general pest control contract. And if somebody calls me between visits and they get bed bugs, I go out and treat the house for bed bugs for free. I don't charge them nothing because I've agreed to them. I said, if something's wrong, I'll come out and treat it for free. That's my warranty. But that's like a month-to-month contract. You know how it is when you do pest control contracts. That's a month-to-month contract. I'm going every month and I'm treating it. I do guarantee that. But when it comes to an actual bed bug job, the guarantee that I give people, I charge them. And then if they need me to come back within the first 2 months, I charge them half price to treat it again. At the price that I charge, I am the cheapest exterminator local. I know what everybody else charges. I've heard all everybody's, everybody different ones and all their estimates and stuff. And I'm the cheapest one. And that's the half price. I'm not the most cheapest with the initial price, but at the half price, no one's going to do the job. And if you're going to have to pay somebody to come in and do it anyway, I will either teach them how to do it themselves, which is what I do here, or I will do it at half price. And sometimes I'll even go in and just do it for free, just because, I'm a sucker, I guess. I try to help people. And I know how to do it. And some people just need a second treatment. It's rare when you know what you're doing and you go in and you treat a house for bed bugs. It's rare, but I did two follow-ups last year. So it does happen, it does. And I'm not proud of it. I really try to keep those numbers down the best I can, but, stuff happens. And things impede your ability to get rid of them. And usually I just take the blame, but most of the time it's because they're reinfesting from somewhere. Let's see. Thank you, Jason. 4 weeks back in our room. No sign of bed bugs, no bites. However, finding all kinds of weird bugs dead from the crossfire. Yeah, that happens. Retreating with Alpine WSG this weekend, like you said. Good. Crossfire is the only treatment that worked for me. Thanks to you. I need to call MGK again. It's been a few years and tell them about all the what is it called? Am I considered an influencer? Because they don't pay me nothing. MGK don't pay me nothing to talk good about Crossfire. MGK, let me explain to y'all. Who manufactures Crossfire? This is the company that manufactures Crossfire. MGK. That's the company. See? They make it. I ought to contact them. I would click this button right here and contact them. Call them and talk to them. Because I did. I called and talked to them like 5 years ago. Told them I love their stuff and I sell a lot of it through Amazon for them. And they should sponsor my channel. Because, I feel like I'm sponsored by Crossfire as much as I talk about it, but they don't pay me nothing. I don't make no money. Is it normal for the bites to get worse after you treat with Crossfire? It happens. It does happen. Not common, but it does happen. I had I talk about this every now and then about the guy with the sofa bed. He was sleeping on a sofa bed that was infested. It was totally infested. And after I treated, he said for about 2 weeks it was miserable trying to sleep anywhere in that room, that the bed bugs acted like they were getting their last meal, and they were coming out and just chewing him up all the time. But after that, they stopped. They all died off, and they stopped biting him. But yeah, it was pretty miserable for him. And a couple other people since then have told me the same thing. I don't believe that exterminators are scam artists naturally. I think that the problem is that when you're dealing with big box companies, and I don't have to name them, you know who they are. A lot of times they are not giving their technicians the proper training. So to put things in perspective, my phone has not stopped ringing since the middle of February. I have been absolutely swamped with work. And I don't even really advertise. My competitors, on the other hand, they buy new trucks every 3 years. They've got commercials on TV, YouTube, Hulu, all the different organizations that you could think of. They got running ads. That's very expensive. They are getting calls. They are getting calls worse than me. And in order for them to keep up with the call volume in the spring, They have to hire as many people as they can, and sometimes the people just don't have enough. All they're doing is they're following what their superior has told them to do. That's all. And it's really mostly ignorance. I think that most exterminators want to do the job that they believe to be right. They've been trained to do it a certain way. They've been trained to push a certain product. They've been trained to push a certain procedure. That's what they're trained to do. And so they're only selling you what they're trained to do. In fact, a lot of these bigger companies, they have a salesman come in that will promise you the moon, but they will not deliver. When it comes to actually doing the job, the technician that comes in and has to do the work is like, how the hell am I going to do what this man promised? Because I can't do what this man has promised these people for me to do. And then the person that gets blamed is not the salesman. It's the technician. The technician gets the blame. He's the one that came in. He's the one that did the job. He don't know what he's doing, which is partially correct because he hasn't been trained to know what he's doing. And that's the biggest thing in the industry is the training. Training is very important. So can you use Crossfire as a preventative? You absolutely can. Do I recommend it? Not really. It's kind of expensive. But if you want to use it preventatively, you can. Hi, I do just general pest control, but I'm thinking in adding bedbug services. What is good protocol? Crossfire, read the label, do what it says. Exactly what it says. So, my sprayer that I ordered on Amazon is not that great, and it pulled up in some areas. Does that make it less effective? You need to wipe up where it's pulled up with paper towels and dispose of the paper towels. Wear gloves. Wear gloves and wipe it up, throw them away. You do not want puddles of pesticide in your house. That's not safe. Would you treat your attached... Hold on. I'm not sure what's being asked, Leonard. Would you treat your detached garage? No. Mm-mm. I treat the cars that park there, but I wouldn't treat the garage. Divinity. Are you talking to somebody named Divinity? Let's see. I got a sprayer from Amazon, and it does the same unless I constantly pump it and get it pressurized. So I'm thinking about doing a new. So I did a video. Let me show you. On my playlists, I have a playlist about sprayers. This one right here. It's the best sprayers for bed bug control. I'm actually thinking about doing a part 2 and going over some more sprayers. If that's something y'all be interested in, I'm not going to use necessarily Amazon sprayers. I thought I'd use maybe Chapin sprayers. Chapin makes better products. And so I was actually thinking about going over those. In fact, you can get Chapin sprayers at Lowe's. And so I was thinking about using them as a rather than Amazon. I don't even pay for Amazon Prime anymore. I've gotten away from Amazon. I think Amazon is going the way of Walmart. And it's like, if you got that on Amazon, that thing's a piece of junk. So I was actually thinking of using, like, as far as like spray equipment and stuff like that, I was actually thinking of using maybe a Chapin sprayers and going over, because they've got some high-end sprayers, but they also have some low-end sprayers too that I thought I might, do a review over those. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, I thought I might, take a look at it. Tell MGK you have testimonials. I tried. I did try. I did call. So 5 years ago, I called MGK, and I talked to one of their people there, and they said, well, we don't really pay for influencers or anything like that, but we really appreciate you liking here. We'll send you a couple free bottles of Crossfire. And they did. They sent me some little 13-ounce bottles, which I used in like a week. But, and it was nice of them to do, but I did call them, and I did talk to them. And this was before I had over 40,000 subscribers. I think I only had like 10,000 then. Now I've got like 40,000. So, nearing close to 45,000. But Isn't it almost 11? It is. It is almost 11. It is 10:46 p.m. I go to work. All right, so here's the thing. Let me show you. Let me show you my listing. Let's see. Can I do it? I don't know if I want to do that or not. Let me see. Green Acres Pest Control. All right. Is it going to work? Nope. I'm 24 hours. I'm a 24-hour pest control company. I am. Me. Because I only have one employee other than myself, and that's my son. People will call me at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and ask me advice on pest control. I have gone out in the middle of the night and done rat jobs, mouse jobs, roaches, bed bugs. I did a bed bug job at 3 a.m. one time because the guy called with them biting him. He didn't want to wait, and he was willing to pay me to come out in the middle of the night. And I went. And I went to his house, and he said, "Oh, I thought you had somebody that did night shift." And I said, "No, I got to get up in the morning at 6 o'clock and go to work." And he's like, "How in the world are you able to do this?" I said, "I got kids. I don't sleep." My daughter at the time, Emma, she's sitting over there. She don't ever sleep. She sleeps better now. She's 11. Actually, Emma's birthday was yesterday. She just turned 11 years old yesterday. Yesterday was Emma's birthday, the one that was holding the little bunny rabbit. And when she was little, she would have night terrors. And she also sleepwalks. So she would sleepwalk in the middle of the night, and she'd be walking through the house having a nightmare. And she would keep you up. So if I'm going to be up in the middle of the night anyway, I might as well be working. That's the way I put it. That's the way I looked at it. When me and my wife started my company 8 years ago, we decided that we were just going to be 24 hours and people could call me anytime and I would just answer the phone and do it. I have had people that have looked me up because I do YouTube. Now this is one of the downsides of having my company on YouTube and being 24 hours is that when people have a problem with bugs and they live in New Zealand, on the other side of the world, they call you because you're open. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, my phone rings from New Zealand and I pick it up and they talk to me about bed bugs for 3 hours. And I might as well just stay up at that point. So, yeah. People call me all the time. And it's not as bad as it used to be with people calling on YouTube. Ever since I added my, my service that I provide where people can call me and they can do telephone consultations, things have gotten easier because I can schedule those. And I can talk to people from all over the world. I can schedule it in. I can put a time slot in. I can say, "Hey, I'll talk to you then." It's like 7 o'clock at night rather than 3 a.m. in the morning. And so that's a little bit easier. But, you got somebody calling you from New Zealand. I mean, how often do you get a phone call from New Zealand? You pick up the phone and you talk to them. So I did do that. That was a long time ago. That was maybe 6-7 years ago, but I did do that. Everybody's saying happy belated birthday, Emma.
Okay.
You're supposed to say thank you.
Thank you.
She said thank you. After I told her to say thank you, she said thank you. When using Alpine WSG broadcast application for fleas, once it's dry and safe to go inside, is it safe to walk around barefoot? Yeah, I do. I've treated my house with Alpine, walk around barefoot. Won't hurt you. So, I'll check on my wife and see what she's up to. She's usually down here by now. I think kids must be giving her a hard time. Let's see. I wonder if she's going to come out here tonight. She might be up in bed already. Brad says, happy birthday, Emma. Let's see. When using, have you ever had them yourself? Yes, I have. It's not fun. It is not fun bringing bed bugs home. I just talked about that earlier, actually. So, I have had them. And I got rid of them with one treatment. One treatment. Well, I think I am going to call it a night. There's 33 people in here. Before I leave, y'all should like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so you can catch my live streams when I'm live. I wanted to show, again, that if you go to my channel and you click join right here, you can actually join and become a member. If you become a member, you'll have access to my new playlist that I've put out for my bedbug course. And it's a very good video. I went through, I don't know, I've been editing this video. It's 17 minutes, but I've been editing it for over a week now. So if you like this kind of thing, I recommend that you go and take a look at that course too while you're at it. So anyway, y'all have a real good night. I appreciate it. And I'm going to head on out of here and head to bed, and I'll see you next week. So let me see if I can find my playlist so I can play you out a music, a song, whatever. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.